DefendDefenders was established in 2005. And before that, you could see a history on the continent of abductions, enforced disappearance, killings, or repression of human rights defenders on the continent and journalists. So the history behind it is connected also with the UN Declaration on Human Rights Defenders. The history behind it also was the first ever conference organized by Amnesty International in Johannesburg in 1998 that brought human rights defenders together, reflecting on their own protection, but also strategizing as human rights defenders on the continent at their own level to provide each other protection. The founder of this organization found himself in exile. While in exile, he was reflecting how can he be in that space where he finds protection for himself. But looking back, his friends, his African brothers were still in limbo. There were two programs, one for West Africa, which was the West Africa Human Rights Defenders Project, and the Eastern Horn Human Rights Defenders Project, emanating from the York University in Canada. And the two came with same objectives. But I can tell you, what happened to the West African project is history, but what happened to the Eastern Horn of Africa Human Rights Defenders Project is visible. Amnesty International offered to the head of this organization a corner of its office here in Kampala, a desk actually, to say, you could sit here and continue your work.
So from the beginning, the structure was that everything that we do within DefendDefenders is for the protection of human rights defenders.
We realized at the time that human rights defenders were at risk, but if there were measures put in place, they could mitigate the risks, not do away with risk, because the very nature of human rights work is that an individual human rights defender would face some level of risk.
The Advocacy, Research and Communications Department at DefendDefenders works to amplify the voices of human rights defenders across the continent, bringing to light the issues that they face, and of course seeking to create a safer environment within which they can work effectively.
Over the years, we've also established a technology department. And this is an initiative that came along the way by realizing that as we do our work, as human rights defenders do their work, there is need to incorporate technology into the way that we're working. We have worked with national coalitions, and the national coalitions for human rights defenders enable us to reach some of the remote areas in different countries. Our protection program alone has reached out to close to 10,000 people. Our capacity building programs have reached out to more than 10,000 individuals, so including individuals and organizations.
Human rights defenders would not have been able to do their work or be with us and do us all the favor they are doing if they hadn't been provided with the support from DefendDefenders. We know that, and we are very grateful, and we're also very happy with the partnership that we have. So again, happy birthday, keep up the good work.
We've done so many things with DefendDefenders, but I do really commend you also for your own growth, from a small organization to a regional, even global giant.
You have so many achievements during your 20 years, I think, here in Uganda and the region, and we have pointed to things like the work we have done together to provide protection for human rights defenders.
Where peace prevails, human rights defenders and the communities they work with are mostly at peace. So the coming 20 years, we expect the continent to be a peaceful continent where those wars happening to be, the guns to be silenced. But it all depends on the context within which human rights defenders are working and the tactics they are going to use.